Hello YouTube. I'm not sure if you can hear in the background, but I'm currently cooking. Been cooking at low and slow for the past 30 minutes. Some pork tenderloin with sauteed peppers and onions. Really been trying to eat healthy, mostly all meats, etc., etc. And I want to talk about a fragrance today that reminds me of cooking, oddly enough, even though there really isn't any cooking ingredients in it besides clove and apple. And it is Promise by Frederic Malle. Now, I do want to say sorry for my appearance. Today I was grilling for my grandparents, and the striker on the grill wasn't working, so I had to turn the gas on. And I thought I had plenty of time. I quickly went into the house and got back out and lit it. And when I did, fire came up. It burnt me a couple places. My hair basically is bald now. Looks like my testicles. But anyway, sorry. I'm always in need of a haircut, it seems like. Frederic Malle Promise. This is an original formulation bottle. Some talk around FragCom has been reformulated. If it has been, it's probably a good thing, to be honest with you. This right here is when people say that it's not for the faint of heart. That's what they mean when they talk about this fragrance. When I spray this fragrance on, I had to do one on my belly, basically, on my upper abdomen. And it comes up through my shirt, in my nose. When I was in college, I wore this quite often. It was well received by everyone around me. Everyone seemed to like it, but it was just so strong. After 2 or 3 hours, I just get a nauseous headache. It's not because there's an overload of synthetics in here or it's bad quality. It's just so strong. And I'm going to be reading the notes, and these are not notes off of Fragrantica. These are off the Frederic Malle site, and on the Frederic Malle site, it says that it's subject to change depending on blah blah blah. So the notes might have changed from when this was originally released, and so take it as it is. We have pink pepper, rosemary, apple, Bulgarian rose, Turkish rose, clove, patchouli, ambroxan, labdanum, and cypriol oil / nagarmothin. And that would be up front. If you don't like cypriol oil, you will not like this fragrance. You're not going to like it. If you don't like really strong rose fragrances, you're not going to like this. But let me tell you what I smell. If you've ever watched the Shalimar commercial, not Shalimar commercial, but if you go online and type in Shalimar fragrance commercial or something like that, there'll be a video of this Armenian, Indian, Persian dude. I'm not sure what his nationality is. And this young French girl, basically. And he's out in the wilderness, and he's hunched over a fire, and he has some herbs and spices, and he's, cooking something to eat. That's what I imagine this smells like. This honestly smells like this. You're sitting around a campfire. Not even really a campfire. You're just sitting around a fire because it is quite smoky. You're sitting around a fire and you have roses, you have clove, you have patchouli, you have labdanum, you have apples, you have all these things, and you're putting it in this big pot, in this big iron pot, and you're just cooking it. It's over the fire, it's boiling. There's water in there. I don't get an aquatic smell, but it is very humid. There's a hint of humidity in here. I think that Frederic Malle has mastered, not Frederic Malle, but the perfumers that work for Frederic Malle have mastered the art of making a fragrance feel humid. And to me, this fragrance feels humid. It smells really humid, actually. Almost like you're in South Carolina or Georgia or Florida, and you're just walking around and it starts to come a rain. Like, that's how humid this stuff is to me. And so is Eau de Magnolia and a couple other fragrances from Frederic Malle. But you're sitting there and you're boiling it, and it's smoldering, and you get the smell coming up out of it. I think the original meaning for the word perfume actually means through smoke, and to me this smells like everything through the smoke. The smoke is mixing with the apple. The apple is very uplifting. The apple is very juicy, almost like if you were to take an apple and just the juiciest apple you can think of. And to me, it's not necessarily a green or a red apple, but it's almost like a blend between the two. To me, it's almost like a blend between the two, like a green apple and a red apple. It has that hardiness, that really base type flavor you get with a red apple, but also citrusy and really flavorful, like a green apple. And then, believe it or not, you do get the pink pepper in here. But the pink pepper is just so light to help aid the apple, I believe. And the Bulgarian rose is obviously there, but the Turkish rose is absolute. Frederic Malle and his fragrances, not necessarily his fragrances, but the fragrances he helps orchestrate, use a lot of Turkish rose absolute. And if you're a fan of any of the Desert Gem collection, if you're a fan of Rose Tonneray, formerly known as Une Rose, if you're a fan of Lipstick Rose, or if you're a fan of Portrait of a Lady, you will enjoy this one. The rose in this, there's clove. There is quite a good amount of clove, but I think really what overshadows everything and comes up through the ashes is the cypriol oil. Cypriol oil and the labdanum here, in my mind, were made to try to create an oud accord. And I don't think that Frederic Malle really, or Dominique Ropion, I should say, I don't think that Dominique Ropion actually went through with creating an oud accord, but it does smell really good. Now, this gets compared to Portrait of a Lady a lot, and I mentioned Portrait of a Lady in here, but to me this is Portrait of a Lady's Arabic promiscuous cousin. This is a sexy scent. This is borderlining loud. It is serious. It is mature, but at the same time not old smelling. And everything works together. The patchouli in this is I think is really a back player. A lot of Frederic Malle fragrances, the patchouli is up front, but this one is kind of more in the back. It's more subdued. It's more of a supporting note, and I think it really helps try to calm the cypriol oil down. Like I said, this fragrance lasts forever on my skin. It just goes and goes and goes. Projection is enormous. People do like it, so that's a good thing. Like I said, if you're gonna wear it, it's to me it's a one spray fragrance, or maybe one on each hand. So that's it for Frederic Malle Promise. Hope everyone enjoyed the review. Let me know if you like Promise or if you don't. So hope everyone has a great day.